right into this. And, well, I'm Bizer, and joining me is Rankies. Now, I do apologise for the drop in stream, but that is Australian internet for you. Nonetheless, Rankies knows what I'm talking about. We're into this, and Atletico taking on Easy Breezy. We know Atletico, we know how strong they are, we know what their players are like, but who the hell are Easy Breezy right now? We haven't seen them before.
Yeah, look, I can't say I recall the players' names. I may have seen Yeatsy and Josh before. Don't recognise Ducky at all. Definitely going to be an interesting matchup to watch, although we are expecting Atletico to dominate the performance here.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they work this all out at the moment. Is defense at the key that we know the orange team needs to deploy, because Atletico at any given point. Wow. UT with a demo stops a Bango from even setting up a pass play. Monty Connor back to the middle, and you know, again another demo, but this time it's Snuff's line and turn. Here's Bango with the angle, and he works it. First goal, Atletico.
This is really well played by Bango as well. The little touch there from Snarf. Really well read by Bango with the quick side flip over to the left to maintain control and possession over that ball. Well played to Atletico transitioning through midfield into offense. Even with the pressure from the defense of Easy Breezy, they still find it at the back of the net, Bizer.
Bango
from Bango.
And Monty Connor. Wow, sometimes slow play does work, but not on that occasion. It looked like they were going to get it into a goal. Monty Connor now off the wall. Gets worked out of the way, and at the moment, I like this challenge by Easy Breezy. They're taking it really aggressive on to the Atletico team, and if anything, and moving them off the ball of the line. So, not easy goals, but let's see if they can hold the defense and set some attacking strategies up.
Absolutely, here we go. Ducky playing it onto the backboard. Could be dangerous, as Bango is usually quite good at making a play off the backboard as a pass. Couldn't get it that time. Something interesting to note about Easy Breezy as well is earlier on, of course, they took down the Seductive Jumpling, which is a clever mash of names. That's J Coffee, Little Miss Dumpling, and Seductive Turtle. And also, I believe it was...
That's about round one. That's about the best combination of names I've ever heard in my life. Seductive Dumpling.
Yeah, the Seductive Jumpling.
A Jumpling, sorry. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, got to whack in the J from J Coffee there.
Well done.
And in round one, they took out 2KF1 Gaming as well. So these guys have been doing quite well. Both the players from Seductive Jumpling are well known, and 2KF1 Gaming a well-known team as well. So they're definitely showing that they've got what it takes. However, they're taking on a team that
the top tier,
has previously been at the top of the power rankings, and they held that position for quite some time. They lost it only for the matter of being away from the scene for a little while, and then the other team started to catch up. Monty Connor going to come through with the second goal here for Atletico, which is something we're expecting. Although I've got to give it to Easy Breezy. Really, it would not have surprised me if by this point it was 10-0 already.
When did Monty Connor change his last letter to H? Wasn't it R before? O-R? Connor?
Yeah, it's normally Monty Connor. Connor spelled normally.
Yeah, but he likes the R.
He changes it up.
He
changes it up quite often. I've seen it previously as Manty Canner, which really forces that the Queensland kind of pronunciation of the names. So
yeah, really. Okay. I had no idea, but you're not from Queensland, man. You're from Perth. We're both from Perth.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a struggle. All of them have done it, actually. Bango has frequently changed up to Bongo.
Yeah.
I think I've even seen him as Bingo once.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
I can't recall what Snarf usually changes his to. The pass play from Snarf as I bring him up to Bango.
I think his is Snuffnitty or something.
Snuffity Snarf, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. He can do it as well, but at the moment, it is all gameplay here by Atletico. We are seeing some defense happen by Easy Breezy, but it's tough for them. And you know, you've had
here we go,
a respective tier 3 team you versed in tier 2, but when you come up against a tier 1, the pro teams, it's a whole nother level, and they're getting a lesson here at the moment.
Absolutely, Atletico, one of the most renowned teams in OCE. Monty Connor blocking the shot from Snarf. It looked like it might have been inside post. Yeah, it definitely could be rust. I'm not sure how much these guys have been playing. I know they have been in there recently. but I don't know any results of the games that they've been playing. So definitely all of them.
Oh, okay. Add another goal to the delight, the own goal.
Yeatsy. For Yeatsy. I believe this was Yeatsy. Ducky couldn't get it cleared. Bango, the easiest little rollover touch there that he's probably ever gotten.
I think he
Cheeky one there. 112k an hour own goal there.
He was wanting his own angle. I don't think he was trying to deliberately do an own goal there.
No.
He was trying to work the angle to work it out. Yeah, not at all, man. I'm not rigging this game. Jeez. Who knows? Ducky almost thinking about doing the same thing. Getting Atletico his first series of game, but it's down to 20 seconds, so maybe a chance for Atletico to sort something out in the air here. Ducky crosses against the goals. Safe to say a good clearance by them as they head forward now. Can they get themselves a goal and maybe a sniff of momentum into this game? Or Atletico, are they going to start strong and then just put up the sail and go all the way home with it?
Oh, look, it looks like Atletico are just going to stay strong. It does seem like it's going to end 3-0, although Snuff not able to get the touch. Going to go for the own goal, but can't find it. Puts it on the line on the ground. So close there, yet so far at the same time. Easy breezy, they definitely needed at least the one goal. That was meant to be for you, Blazer, at the end.
I didn't even see it. I wasn't watching the screen.
It was going for the zero hero own goal, but smacked it down, and it touched the ground halfway into the net.
Yeah, I don't count own goals, zero hero goals. Sorry, not going to happen.
Oh, no, thank you. There you go, Snuff. You've narrowly avoided embarrassment, I guess.
Well, look, you can get own goals, zero hero goals, and submit it, but yeah, it won't get you anywhere. I'm telling you that now.
He did, however, pick up the 3 assists, so nice playmaker badge there, which is my favourite thing to see in Rocket League. So, you know, Bango getting 2 of those goals off the back of Snuff, and Monty Canna picking up 1 of them.
Monty Canna!
All the players did
you meant to say it real Australian-like? Monty Canna.
Monty Canna.
Well, that's like Canadian. That's almost a Canadian accent. God, I don't know what I'm doing.
I preferred Manticana. I thought that was
Manticana.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I'm gonna stick with his normal name, the way I used to call him. Nonetheless, it'll be interesting to see if we can have a comeback here from Easy Breezy. Can they get themselves back into it, or have they met the match?
Look, I really don't want to put Easy Breezy down in the gutter there, but Atletico, I believe, have this. I think they're gonna pull out the clean sweep here, the nice little broom to tuck it away into the corner.
All right, we'll get into game number 2. Atletico with the first game. Quite convincingly, and a couple of own goals happening from Easy Breezy. Just to strengthen their case. But at the moment, it's a whole new game and possibilities. It could go either way right now. Yetzi forcing himself on that. Snuff reads it. Monty Connor, nice redirection. Crossfield there at Bango, not able to get there in time. Does work back out. They're trying to carry here, the orange team. Sent to the far pocket. Bango again, looking for the challenge. Yetzi comes down the middle. Snuff looking on that. And I think there was a drop on which deflected the ball out. But still, pressure is here on by Atletico.
There's some good pass players. And as a result, they'll find the first goal within 30... My maths is terrible. 38 seconds, Blazer. It's a good pass across from Monty to Bango. Finds it in the back of the net. Not the fastest goal we've seen from them, but you know, from the angle that Bango had and the way he approached the ball, 81k an hour is still a very respectable speed.
Well, it's a masterclass in terms of passing plays coming from Atletico right now. It's how you really set it up. They're about halfway from the goals, from the halfway mark, you know, in the middle of the half, passing it right back, and you know, it baited out the defense. 2 of them charging at the ball at the last section there as another one comes, and this time it's a beauty of a pass on the line. It's like, well, if you guys can't take it from back there, we're going to put it in front of the goals to see if you can clear, and then we're going to make mincemeat of you.
Again, it's the passing plays that are working out really well for Atletico here, and Easy Breezy in the first minute have fell to 2 of the attempts from Atletico that have gone through in the end. And they're really finding it difficult, it seems, to be able to combat the aggressive play style that comes out from Atletico. These guys, they can get the ball down the field really quickly, almost in the blink of an eye.
Oh, Bango with almost the 3rd goal for his team. Yet able to clear. Does come back around now, and you can just see, right, Easy Breezy, they're all charging at the ball, can't control the possession. It's very quickly moved by Atletico. and it gets them out of position, not working the walls effectively either. And I'll tell you what, when you got a formidable side in Atletico, when they are working the walls and they're pretty much contesting every single ball you bring out of your half, how do you even set a play up, Rankies?
Look, I mean, that's a very good question, Buzzer. Probably best reserved for an actual player. Because I would have no idea how to deal with anything that happens in game. I play a little bit myself, and I've definitely competed with some of the teams at the top level and done quite well, but I really am not at that level.
All right, I'm calling Soma in chat. Tell us, how the hell do you get past the Atletico side? There you go. I wonder if Soma will respond. Calling out Soma.
I'd like to answer it, but I've been watching Atletico for quite some time now, a good 6 months, roughly.
Well, there's a good score.
Very nice goal in the end there from Josh off that sidewall. To try and touch on your question a little bit, I guess. I mean, it's tough to answer because of the amount of diversity that Atletico has shown over the past few months. They're very versatile in terms of how they can switch from one play style to another very quickly. And that's what I think makes them really shine as a team. And the credit that goes to that is definitely the passing plays that come out for them, the split-second decision-making that all of these players are capable of. Combine that with the passes means that they have complete and total control, if they want to, of course, if they're playing at the best.
Oh, Benga Mazikota! Sorry, Rangies. They lit the screen for me. I had to call it. Have a look at this. The carry calculated, and the defenders did not even see Monty Connor coming, or even Bango for the retrospect. Bango got the goal? Did he get the second touch off there? I thought Monty Connor slotted that in.
No, Bango got the last touch there. Here we go. We could see something. Monty Connor able to get that one cleared out in the end. A close attempt comes through from Josh. The goal scorer for this game for Easy Breezy won't be able to find it past the defense of Atletico. As I was saying, look at the pass plays as well. It's almost like these guys know exactly where the ball is going. At every touch that comes out of, even the opposition players, they're always ready for it. And really, the only way that you can beat Atletico is you catch them on an off day when they're not playing at their best of their ability.
And it's not often they have an off day, Rankies, I'll tell you that. They're crazy right now, and Pango was even looking to dunk off the carry off the back net there. Not able to get that. Josh will clear. Yetzi, no control off the wall, loses this as Bango gets demoted by Ducky, but the damage is done. And it's a very quick over-the-top goal rebound coming from Monty Connor. And it gets a 4-1 scoreline.
Minute and a half remains. So, again, it's possible for any team to be able to come back from a scoreline like this within the time that has been given to them. However, this is Atletico taking on a team that no one is really aware of. So you don't expect them to do well, which is the kind of mindset that we came into spectating this game, of course, Buzzer. It seems to be going that way as well. Look,
we can only call what we see and what we know, Rankies, and what we know is Atletico are crazy, and we've never seen Easy Breezy before, but now after the performance that we've seen them, and, the scalps they've got in today's competition, not a bad team, but they'll get a masterclass out of these guys and learn. But what I really would like to see is if they can strengthen up their defense in the third, potentially go on overtime and, just make Atletico cause a mistake on the defensive side. They might be carrying and passing well, but if you've got a strong defense, Atletico can't get through. But they're human as well, and they can make a defensive error, and there's your goal. So we just need to tighten up by the boys of Easy Breezy, and then they'll get themselves in a good spot.
Absolutely. I can't believe that player's worked out for Atletico there. Monty Connor with the most interesting pass I've seen.
Wow.
Following that up, Snarf puts it forward to Monty Connor and got the angle as he threw it down across field, and Bango just happened to be approaching from that side and was also happy to receive that one.
I dare say calculated.
And that's what you got to give to Atletico for, is what we're touching on before is this split.
Oh no, Bango and stuff.
That was a close attempt. As I was saying, the split second decision making that comes out from these guys, and the mechanical skill that is required to just reach for a touch like that. And also the reads that the players have on each other as well. If it weren't for the fact that Bango even had the idea that the ball might have gone there, he never would have been there in the first place. So Here we go. Maybe something as is there a
Oh,
second goal. Bango's a little bit too high.
Monty Connor, nah, it's going to drop.
In the center. So close there at the end. Looked like the decision was to try and pop it high for the third to come through and finish that one. But a little bit too less of a touch on that one.
Oh, well.
So just throw it down on the ground.
Unfortunately, well, I don't know if it's unfortunate or not, but Atletico are sending 2 players up on the wall and passing through the air. At any point in the game, if anyone does that to you, it means they're comfortable playing you, and it also means that they're going to do whatever they want with knowing that they're not going to get challenged in the air. So, you know, the skill levels are definitely split here. They're not the same. We're easy breezy, and I've seen lower end teams do this to Atletico and do this to many other top tier teams. You got to play your style of play, and just like I said before, strengthen the defense up. And don't get suckered into the Atletico. They'll pull you out of goal. So you just need to make sure you have great rotations and you can clear well, then cause Atletico for pressure. And if they're sending players upfield and going 2 in the air, then you know you got 1. It's a 1-on-2 scenario when you go down, and you can potentially get a goal and get a game.
Absolutely. Well, one thing that Easy Breezy could do to throw a big spanner in the works here of Atletico is, as you were saying, they're playing those the aerial pass plays into the shots down on net quite often now, because they are feeling quite comfortable playing up against this team of Easy Breezy. So what they could try doing, if at all they're confident in the air, is wait for the pass to go, and as soon as someone on Atletico takes possession, because these guys love the aerial dribbles, and that's really the best time to challenge them, is get up in the air and just commit 1 player, leave 2 in defense, and commit 1 player to just disrupting that aerial. Even if you don't really get the touch, it forces Atletico to make a play that they weren't wanting to do.
Oh, Monty Connor making a play! The defense was charging at him, but he's turned the car at the last second here. Have a look at this. Up and turn. Oh!
Beautiful angle from Monty there.
I love the colours as well. The cars pretty much matching. All matching in one. At the moment, Atletico, they're not going to let up here, and they're going to continue their pressure onto the goals. This time the defense will hold for Easy Breezy, but at the moment it is tough for them, and they just need to get it out of here, set themselves up a shot on goal.
Bango into the corner, won't be able to beat Josh to that ball. But again, the timely challenge comes through from Snarf. Snarf, Ducky, a clear up in the air. This is going to find its way into the defensive corner of Atletico. Good touch from Monty Connor, but well read from Ducky there to get that one kept in the Atletico half for now. Snarf won't find it past Yitzi. Yitzi again with the chip over the top, but Monty Connor gets a powerful clear off that one, finding it over the halfway mark. 3/4 of the field there off the backboard from Monty. Bango to finish as well. And we really should have seen that one cleared out, and it's starting to look like Easy Breezy feeling hopeless on the field here, Baza. Yeah,
there was one there in Ducky that needs to clear, but also Josh was a little bit late in timing coming out for that one. He needed to challenge Monty Connor on the redirection. Instead, the ball went over his head, and Bango had lined that up. He very quickly down the field for that one. And there's so many opportunities you can get with redirections and backboard plays, but you have to read where it's going to go and make sure you get there before the team strikes on ball. And especially with Atletico, they're not going to give you much time.
No, you need to be up in the air going for that ball as soon as you see where it's going. Nice backboard play develops from Easy Breezy, though. And it will be Ducky to finish the pass play from the backboard by Josh. And this is really well played by Josh as well.
Yep.
Could have gone for the shot. Knew he had time. Goes for the backboard play, it seems. Definitely didn't look like it was an intentional... a whiff shot. Looked like it was intentional to throw it higher there.
Well, Atletico caught out in defence, and like I was saying before, they send so many forward, they get so many up in the air, it leaves 1 on the defence. If they can get past it, it's an open goal, and that's what they did there. So it's the defensive pressure that they need to continue this right now and really cause Atletico to think about the rotations and respect the side going forward, and this will bring Easy Breezy back into it. At the moment, 1 goal deficit, 3 minutes and 15 remaining, so much time still left here, Rankies.
Absolutely. A close pinch attempt there from Monty Connor and Snarf, but it's picked up by Yeezy, thrown towards Monty Connor, gets a touch off the back of the car. Bango will throw this one towards the Easy Breezy backboard. A clear out from Yeezy. Monty Connor challenges. Throws a field change up here. Snarf with a challenge there. Won't find it past the player. believe that was Ducky. It'll be Josh now, won't be able to save that one, but Ducky rotates around in time to read the shot from Bango, get the save out. Snarf can't find it past Yitzi. A pass across from Bango. Top left attempt from Monty Connor, but a little bit too high on that one, and Snarf will now look for another pass into the center as it's cleared off the backboard by Ducky, Josh, and Ducky working with pass plays
get
here
the
together.
turn on
Yitzi,
this!
They're all committed.
Well
if the
done,
big
Bango.
clear comes out from Snarf, all he had to do there was put it on target, and Yitzi would have been hard-pressed to make it back in time.
It was the boost, that was the pressure, and Yitzi now coming through the corner there. Looking to work that Bango back to the middle. Snarf, great turn. Monty Connor for the dunk. Too far of the ball, but he didn't have enough boost. That would have been amazing if that worked out. That would have been a godlike play. And it's just Athletico things, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Monty Connor came through for the first pass attempt, whiffed on it and flew past. So as the ball came forward again from Bango and Snarf, he couldn't land on the ground in time. Tried to get a rotation for perhaps a ground pinch, but didn't work out. Look at the power on that Bango develops from that shot in that position. It's just amazing to see how these guys, the mechanical skill that comes out from them is just impeccable.
Monty Connor up, 2 players flying for that. It's Bango and Snarf. It does come up high and leaves Josh to reset this. Has got the momentum, but then again, you don't want to be clearing, giving the ball away to a defiant Athletico team. You just need to hold on and try and cause their own pressure in terms of a play to Yetzi. Great challenge on the 50-50 again. It comes back out in the middle. Josh, he's lined that up. That's going to fall down. It's in long from downtown. Josh picks up the equaliser. An easy breezy. They're back in this.
It's a great equalizer as well. Didn't really look like an intentional pass into the center, but Yitzi will definitely be happy with the way that one turned out, and Josh, sitting in goal, comes out the perfect time and gets a powerful clear. All tied up here, 2-2. Minute 20 remains on the clock as it counts down from kickoff. Bango will now look for this one off the backboard. Snarf couldn't finish that one. Looked like Bango put it a little bit too high. So they'll reset for this one. Out of the corner, Bango, a big whiff there. Monty Connor trying to get a touch on that one. Josh puts it towards Snarf. This is going to drop down. They need a save here. Ducky gets it out to the left just in time. Snarf can't get there to finish it off in the end. Josh plays this one high. What were you going to say, Bizer?
Look, here's the thing. Bango was on the line there. He had 2 defenders to clear. Instead, he decides just to float up and be a nuisance. It could have been, there's Bango with a goal in that line. But he could have taken the goalies out and had a goal beforehand. So, at the moment, I just feel... Yes, they're having a great game and they're making it a close contest. Probably more entertaining for the stream. But you can tell right now they're mucking around. It's not as serious Athletico as we would see if they're having another high-end team play them.
Look, I've seen almost identical players as we're seeing in this matchup against the higher tier teams. It does seem like a little bit like, playing with their food sort of thing it could be. This is
like
another
that.
nice goal from Bango as well. Just a little bit of an air dribble, really low to the ground. But,
he had control.
One thing that I'd like to bring up is what it looked like they might have been doing with the third goal. Not that one just there. The previous one that Bango got was perhaps what they were doing was they were trying to drag out time long enough so that they could score with the least amount of time left possible, which reduces the amount of time for Easy Breezy to equalise. That could have been the mindset, or of course it could have just been them falling around, but we'll never know unless we're in the comms channel with them.
Look, it's a possibility of that, but what team wants to be level or behind with 10, 15 seconds to go?
A team that's very confident.
Yeah, they've got to be super confident in their skill level to know that they can score a goal. But, what happens if Easy Breezy just turned it right up and didn't let them have it?
Well, they're on match point, so they have another 2 games after that to bring it back.
They can keep playing if they want. Well, nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, the game has finished, and Athletico dispense Easy Breezy in a 3-0 result. And look, we said it ourselves, Athletico pass play is pretty good by them right now, and if anything, playing with their food. But Easy Breezy, it's good to come up against the top tier teams. When I was playing sport as a younger kid, my club wasn't the best, and we would get absolutely thrashed by teams. But by the end of the season, we were competitive, and we actually took it to the best team. So this is the best thing for Easy Breezy. Now that you've versed Athletico in the competition, you know where you need to improve. So to come back and challenge, I reckon Easy Breezy won't let Athletico go next time when they come back for the next challenge. And as we get further into the cups and further down into the year, it could be a potential team. Ducky, Josh, and Yets. I actually like what they did with Athletico, but they need to up their game if they're gonna take a series out on them.
Absolutely. Easy breezy they can definitely have this as, just a learning factor going up against a team like Atletico. It's I would consider it a privilege personally if I was in a team that was at Easy Breezy's level, not very well known, perhaps just starting out in their Rocket League career, to be able to have the opportunity to go up against such a team that many would consider still the top team in OCE, if not one of. It's just an amazing opportunity to be able to, have a bit of a go, have some practice, and it would be smart of the Easy Breezy guys, given the fact that they might not get this chance again for quite some time, to save the replay of this game. Or at the very least, if they know where it's being streamed, to go back and watch it again over and over and over again as many times as they can until they understand every little mistake that happened and they can combat that in future matches.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a break here on ESL Go4 Rocket League Cup at number 15. Bizer and Rankers, bring all your commentary action. Thank you for tuning in at the moment. We have still plenty more games to go, and we have a semi-final, which is, we're waiting for Alpha Sydney and Masterminds to conclude on the lower end of the brackets, and Team Reticent and Sub-Zero Esports Club to also decide the winners out of those matches will be coming into the semi-final, which is our next match. So we'll give you a moment to take a quick break, a 10-minute break, if anything. Grab some water, use the restroom if you need to, but make sure you do not click off this channel. Stay here because there is some big Rocket League action happening, and I'm being so happy to bring it to you for ESL Go4 Rocket League Cup number 15. I'm going to put it to break before I make a fool of myself. We'll see you soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL Go4 Rocket League Cup, number 15. We're in the semi-finals. I'm Abiza RL, and joining me is Rankies from AGTV. How are you, mate? And Alpha Sydney Sub-Zero are our semi-final teams.
I'm fantastic, Barza. Thanks for asking. And Lee, you're absolutely right. Alpha Sydney Sub-Zero here in the semi-final. I've just got confirmation as well on who Alpha Sydney underscores is. That's Jake the Tyrant.
There's always going to be someone out there to troll the hell out of us.
Well, I thought there was a chance it could have been the sub Jules, so I just double checked. No, it is what it is.
It's like insert meme here type of thing.
Yeah, there's got to be the trolls, of course. So.
I'm sure Doss is going to go and recommend him and give him a written warning if anything. Nah, I hope not. All right, well, let's get into this. These two teams, well, Sub-Zero, if you didn't know the history about them, formerly known as Furox, these guys are actually quite good. And they are in the top echelon of teams here in the OCE region. So they'll be looking to start really early, and they have indeed, as Overblue puts one in the back of the net, and a strong play here coming out.
Absolutely, and as you can see, Dreamy with the massive 988 ping is jumping all over the place. He just messaged me before the game started and said, bear with him. He has been having some ping issues, so hopefully that irons itself out, but it seems like it's been happening for quite some time.
Minute down on play. Here's Torsus with the work, goes a bit high, coming through Jake the Tyrant. Great read, great response to Sub-Zero.
Really well played off the backboard by Torsus as well. So, a bit unfortunate, Sub-Zero couldn't challenge it, and really at the end of the day when it comes down to backboard plays, you've got to try and challenge that ball before it touches the backboard. However, these ping issues could be the factor with poor old Dreamy sitting there jumping all over the place. So, whether Alpha Sydney can capitalize on these issues and, well, we'll see what happens, Biza. Anything can happen in OCE Rocket League with OCE Internet.
Tell me about it. There's Torsus and Overblue looking for a battle there. Torsus now to carry it down, 2 to challenge here. Sub-Zero not letting the risk happen on that back line. It does get worked back out. Now Overblue, he's just hit it forward and backed right out. And he knew this because a quick clearance was coming from Torsus. Nice work out there as Jake the Tyrant. Oh, just circles around. Drippy does a bit of work. Smiths now to work that. And a question is for you, for Sub-Zero. Is Smiths a sub or is it core free?
I believe
I think that's
he's
a sub.
core.
Okay, cool.
You know, hang on, let me just double check. Oh, well, you keep on going.
Okay, all right. At the moment, that ball is floating. It's going to come down. And try and work it for Drippy. Now got the sit off the wall, looking to work a play with Jake the Tyrant. Read well there by Smiths, cuts it off. Overblue coming through now. He's going to let this one come down. He's got time to go. He does pop over. It's nicely done by Overblue. What a play to come out by him. Alpha Sydney expecting quick play. Overblue got so much time to work it, pops it over. And both of the defenders completely caught out of position there. Smiths just flying in front of the goal and puts it in. The second goal for the team of Sub-Zero. Do we have a result yet, Rankies? You're still finding it?
Yeah, no, I found it. Jules is the sub.
So Smiths is
Overblue,
core.
Smiths and Dreamy, yeah, they're all the core players. Jules is the Sub-Zero sub.
Well, looks like he's coming into the match because Overblue's saying he's making a sub.
Could be. Dreamy still perhaps having the ping issues. No, it seems like it's settled down for now. Although there was a jump from 76 to 40, so that's significant still. But a good goal comes out from Drippe in the end. And I'm still not sure who the Alpha Sydney sub is. I'm not sure if they have one. I think these guys have always been just the three of them.
Keep going, Rankies. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, Smiths throwing this one high. And as you said, it'd be interesting if we do see Jules come in as the sub to replace Dreamy if these ping issues continue to happen. He hasn't been letting it affect him too much. Gets depossessed there by Jake the Torrent. Smith's off the ceiling, won't be able to receive it. The open net from Drippe, he will strike, and that's going to give Alpha Sydney the lead right now. Really well played here from Alpha Sydney. Smith's hit it high off the ceiling, couldn't follow it up in time. Drippe also eager to spot the open net and put it down there. Minute 50 remains. Goal required from Sub-Zero to be able to tie things up here again. We'll see what happens off the kickoff. It's gone well for Dreamy. Torsos waits for the bounce and then gives it a throw downfield. Drippe can't receive that one. Gonna go for the mid boost here as allows Smiths to get a pass over to Dreamy. Pass back to Overblue. Won't be able to pick up on that one just yet. And Drippe will look for a clear out. Plays this one slowly. Tries to pop it over the top of Dreamy, but a good read. Looking for a pass play. A lot of aggression right now from Sub-Zero, but well met in defense from Alpha Sydney.
Smith's there on the back line. Overblue trying to work this out. Alpha Sydney wanting to keep their goal lead. Too close to call, and we know Sub-Zero can work into a good spot. Overblue so dangerous when he goes forward, but Torsus, he is a machine himself. He does miss this one on occasion. Work back out. Dreamy, well, he doesn't have to sit. It does come back into the defense. Cleared once again. Smith's got the drop ball line. Torsus is going to work the defense. Back line does clear it out to the far side. 50-50 challenge with the ball disputed up again. The second lot of players come at it, and this time charging Smiths. Overblue, they'll be able to work a play here to an open goal and bring back the equaliser for all right now with 47 remaining. It's going to come down to the dying seconds of this game, I believe, Rankies.
Certainly could be the case. And shout out to Jay Coffey in Twitch chat as well, letting us know that indeed Alpha Sydney do not have a sub. Apparently they're close to finding one, so that'll be good for them and allows them to give a player a break if necessary.
Yep.
But they haven't had a sub, that means since they departed Blitzkrieg and formed, can't remember what team name they formed after they left Blitzkrieg, but you know, even throughout being picked up by Alpha Sydney, they've kept on as just the core three with no subs, so credit to them, they're always there for every match.
Oh! Smith with a godlike save!
Stop that one.
No, they won't. This happens so quickly, have a look at it. Bang, bang!
Wow.
Oh, Torsus able to get the second button. That's the thing. You commit your defense. I think two went at that, and they weren't able to get a rebound redirection back out. And good follow-up by Alpha Sydney. Well drilled at the moment. You know they come for the 1-2, and even the third opportunity, they will work it. So interesting to see how Sub-Zero react after that one.
It's going to be tough. 12 seconds remain as it counts down. Smith center ball, good touch on from Dreamy, but he won't be able to find that one in the back of the net as Drippe gets this one cleared out of the half. Looking to keep up the pressure is Overblue with the clear forward. 0 seconds off the backboard. Could be something. We don't see Smith's up in the air, and it's touched down by Alpha Sydney. And they'll take out this first game between themselves and Sub-Zero.
They will indeed, and Azora has let us know that it's Cringe Society, what they were named before. Funny enough, we don't remember it because of the name, Cringe Society.
Thanks very much to Azora for letting us know that in the chat.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Looks like we're not getting a sub from Sub-Zero. Maybe just a bit of banter going on. Who knows? We're going to ready up and not allow them to do anything there. Well, if Dreamy wants
Seems
to get...
like the ping...
It's decided, so it seems to be alright.
Still jumping around a little bit, but only by about 4 to 6 at a time now, it seems. Which is very tolerable. It's not really going to make that big of a difference, even in such a fast-paced game like Rocket League. Well,
And,
I'll get readied up and leave it up to Dreamy, so he can decide when the match will go forward.
About to say, like, come on, guys, quit with the banter.
Ping jump.
I'm thinking I need to turn off the chat so they don't know, so they can't get it on stream. I better do that. I'll do that next game. Chat will be turned off. Don't muck around with it, guys, as they join up and head into the second game, semi-final at the moment. Sub-Zero being challenged in Alpha Sydney. They're going back and forth in terms of goals. Great strategies coming out from both. Some good pass plays and shots. At the moment, Sub-Zero, their defense needs to tighten up, and then the goals will come for them.
B-Bears in the Twitch chat pointing out that this is the first matchup we've seen all day so far that every player in the game has got an ESL tag on.
Oh yeah, have a look at
Smith's the only one on Sub-Zero apparently that has the Grand Champion title, unless Dreamy and Overblue just aren't wearing theirs. I can't recall if they've won the champion titles or not. I thought they did. I could be wrong.
Don't know.
Who knows? It's been a long time, and this is of course going to be helping towards going towards the next monthly finals. The first goal being scored by Dreamy here. What a goal as well.
You read that well, and have a look at the turn. Great movement there. Bad luck to Drippe. You sort of didn't know where that was going to go because the freestyle that was happening in front of him, it could go anywhere. Unfortunately, not able to get to that one. So 30-second goal to sub-0. Good start by them, but it's going to take a hell of a lot more as we see Alpha Sydney are a 4-goal team in most matches, and they barely get held to low-scoring games, Rankies. From what I see from the experience, they love to score, and they continue to put that pressure on off the backboard. Not able to come through as Drippe, and Dreamy should be able to clear this one.
There we go. The pressure being kept up by Drippe, however, is a touch out of the half from Smiths. Returned quickly by Jake the Tyrant, looking to find one off the backboard. Overblue did get a touch and will disrupt things from Alpha Sydney a little bit. Nice little back touch there from Dreamy to slot it in for Overblue and Smiths. But both of themselves throwing them towards that pass means that they won't be able to follow up off each other. And they'll reset as Smiths clears this one forward. Drippe touches on the sidewall, does nothing but help Smiths recenter.
Oh!
Pass across to Overblue, and well played as well. Looked like Smiths even had the angle for the goal, but Overblue there just to secure it.
This is recovery, and the touch here. The flip that ball lands on his car as he lands the flip, gets it back over, and the quick read by his teammate to get it in the back net there. That is really good work by Sub-Zero, and they're grabbing control of this game still. They need to get a couple more, and is guaranteed as buffer. Do not let Alpha Sydney get back into this, because we know how quickly they can score. They can slam 3 goals within 30 seconds if they really wanted to, with the talent they've got. But at the moment, Sub-Zero doing really well on defense as well.
Absolutely. This is a close matchup between these two teams here. All these guys very formidable.
Well, nice shot, Drippe!
Spot on from Drippe, receiving the pass from Torsos to near perfection here, Liza.
That was quick. He hit that right in the middle. Great pass. 130 kilometers an hour. Ouch, man. That's bot-like. That's OP bot-like.
Yeah, that's something that you see from the Merlin AI. It's magical, Liza. It's magical.
Oh, wow. Love the AI. All right, back to under 3 minutes remaining. Now for Sydney, pull back a goal. Now it's 1 goal difference. Jake the Tyrant flirting with danger, and it's gone completely against him, but Drippe, big rotation by him, able to pinch that back out still. The pressure is on. Floating down. Dreamy somehow has worked the corner, and I think that's floated off the wall into the back of the net.
It looks like it. I'm just having a bit of a giggle at the expression flirting with danger.
Flirting with danger? You like that? It is a saying.
Yeah, I just haven't heard it for a while. It's definitely a good one. I just get this mental image of someone like, physically flirting with.
I don't know where they come from, but they're a bit silly. I'm known for misnomers as well, so they get even more epic with me.
Here we go. Still a lot of pressure coming out from Alpha Sydney, but Sub-Zero continue to deal with it well, Baza.
Chance for tosses on there as Smiths clears. 2-goal handy buffer. What I like to see here from Sub-Zero. Great pressure to bring him back. They're not going to let Alpha Sydney have too much control of this ball as it gets sent wide out. Overblue now. Good height on that. Looks to recover. Wants the boost as well. Does well to achieve. And even a demon of an angle. And Dreamy gets into a good spot and finishes it off. 3-goal buffer. I think they might have this one.
That was close to being in short post. It did look like Jake the Tyrant would have been able to reach it in time. We'll never know, however, as it ended up bouncing across. And Dreamy put it in the end. And although it wasn't a direct pass play, one thing I bring up every time almost that I cast these guys, Dreamy and Overblue used to play a lot together in the RLO 2v2s. And each time that they played in succession every week, they won every single one, Bizer. They were on top of their charts for RLO 2v2 for quite some time. What a shot, though, that comes in from Torsos, receiving this one from Jake the Tyrant really nicely out of the corner, puts it across. I think it might have been Dreamy that got the last touch there to send it down. Torsos there to finish at 110k an hour.
I'm not thinking Dreamy actually touched that. He went out and didn't really get the touch on that, where he needed to he needed to work off early on that wall to clear it for his team. So it went completely against him. Smiths is going to cut an angle, and it's the it's Jake the Tyrant looking to clear, but Smiths gets the second touch on this. It's quick play. You couldn't really see it on the camera, but it will slow down here, and you'll see how it pans out. There we go, and the slam dunk from Smiths. Just getting a quick goal back, and well, a minute and 30. It's still possible for Alpha Sydney, but if we get these return goals quickly, like Sub-Zero are doing, they're going to hold this game out.
Absolutely. We did say earlier on that this is a close series between these two teams. They're definitely capable of going up against each other. It's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I've seen the double shot on goal, but never a double shot received by a double save. So that's a new one to chart up. Drippe going to find a third here.
It's a new meta
for Sydney. The new meta, exactly. You've always got to get the double shot received by the double save.
Grounds for new
Didn't
things.
work out for them though. Alpha Sydney ended up working it down the field for a third goal, so reduces it to a 2-goal deficit. Just over a minute remains, and believe it or not, between these two teams, that's plenty of time.
It is indeed at the moment. Alpha Sydney just keeping in touch here. They don't want to. They want to count themselves out at the moment, but it's going to be errors made on behalf of Sub-Zero that gets them into this game. At the moment, it's 45 seconds, and every second is valuable here for Sub-Zero. Working a defense, Dreamy. He's up, and he's left a defense open. Trippy brings it into line and puts it in the back of the net. This is getting down to the wire, and it's a mistake that Dreamy let that one go. He was sort of caught in no man's land in the whole position, but it gave the chance for Alpha Sydney to score, and they took it.
Absolutely right there, and one thing to bring up about Alpha Sydney as well that I've noticed from them, watching them over the past few months, they did quite well last year, and they're looking to make a good start this year. They're a team that tends to play really well when it's fast-paced, and I think the reason that Sub-Zero kind of took the lead and ran away with it in the earlier and middle halves of this game was they managed to force Alpha Sydney to slow the pace of the game down to suit Sub-Zero and play at their level. And now that Alpha Sydney has started to pick up the pace a little bit, they've really succeeded with the past 2 goals they've scored. They need this ball in the air to make a 0-second goal, but not enough lift on that one. So it will touch the ground, and Sub-Zero just walking away with a win here. So they will tie things up in this best of 5. We go to game 3 with everything stalemated out. And if Alpha Sydney can keep up the speed that they developed in the last minute or so of this game, I think they'll have some success in game 3.
There was a couple opportunities there for Sub-Zero. That was a one-on-one and a defense rotation. Alpha Sydney was caught out. So as much as Sub-Zero is slowing the pace down in terms of controlling, which is really good, they're also getting a quick rebound shots off Alpha Sydney's pace, and that's where it's coming at the back, and they're getting the back end opportunities and capitalizing on that. Smith's cutting a super aggressive angle, which at what chance can defense save something that's coming at 100 kilometers an hour? It hits the post, comes back out to the angle, and there's another Sub-Zero player ready to capitalize on that. There was the scenarios in there where Sub-Zero made the goals count as long as slowing the play down. If they continue to do that, Alpha Sydney have a big challenge on the hands. Alpha Sydney have to start with the first goal. Otherwise, Sub-Zero, they're a team that will continue the momentum and they won't lose it.
Absolutely. As you were saying, a nice quick start for Alpha Sydney will be what they're looking for. We've seen it time and time again. These guys know how to play quickly. That's where they're most comfortable, particularly Torsos, both on the ground as well as in the air. But he's really the star of Alpha Sydney, in my opinion. His aerial mechanics, some of the best that I've seen throughout last year. And hopefully he's only improving.
All right, we'll get this game underway. Best of 5 series. Game number 3, and it's an opening goal for Torsos. What happened there, Rankies?
Well, he's got the clear forward, and Overblow tried to clear it out the wrong side. It's just a wrong decision in defense, as he could see that Torsos was following up the clear down that side of the field. However, on the flip side of that, really, what other choice did Sub-Zero have in defense? If they had just not touched it at all, it would have gone in to the goal regardless. There was no one on an angle to be able to clear it out the left side, and even if there was, On the back of that, there was, I think it was Jake the Tyrant chasing up. Just really well played from the kickoff by Alpha Sydney.
Does set back down here. Smiths and the boys of Sub-Zero being super aggressive for the kickoff. They sent 3 players upfield, almost to make an opportunity happen, but Alpha Sydney just controlling the ball there. They're looking to speed up this game. Drippy Torsus there working out. It was sort of an awkward pass play. Didn't really work out for them. Sub-Zero now to continue the ball pressure on, dropping down to the midfield. Both teams sending out a player and missing it with a whiffs at the moment. Dreamy now clears. Back to Drippy, and that's sent home for a goal. Overblue forced to save on it. Torsus wide with the goal. Will set up high for Jake the Tyrant to bring something down. Drippy to find the corner. Upright denies him, and it's cleared back out here.
The unfortunate post there for Drippy. Will be Overblue looking for a pass.
Ooh.
Almost a shot on from there. The demo in the background from Smith onto Torsos. Temporary 2v3. Another demo, this time onto Drippy. And Drippy has responded in the opposite corner, which is unfortunate. But what a save comes out from Jake the Tyrant off the back of the shot in from Overblue. Smiths can't find it past Drippy in defense there, and Torsos will look for it out of the corner. Finds the long ball, but Dreamy there to intercept. Looking to find this one past Jake the Tyrant, but boom, there's the demo. It's still in the danger zone for Alpha Sydney, and Drippy will come across the face of goal to get this one cleared out.
Back down, Dreamy now on. Drippy floating there for a shadow. Does set back down to the corner. Sub-Zero, somewhat, I think they're not slowing this game down. They're flowing with the pace at the moment, but opportunities are there. Can't get it past the defense. Alpha Sydney tightening right up, not wanting to let anything get past them. Smiths gets past with a 50-50. Now got another one to hit. Torsus able to grab that one. Dreamy has position. It crosses to the far side, but it's back and forth ping pong style played right now. And tell you what, both teams playing out of their minds.
Oh, what a shot on from Dreamy as well. Smith's picking up the assist for that one. There's not a whole lot that Alpha Sydney could have done about this one. The touch from Drippy couldn't intercept in time. It's really well read by Dreamy to stay up in that half long enough to be able to receive the pass and throw it the back of the net. And something that you said earlier on that dropped into a lot of back and forth, and that was really benefiting Alpha Sydney. What Sub-Zero need to try and do if they want to extend this lead. Ooh. It's a close attempt there. If they want to extend the lead even more, is go back to what they were doing in the previous game and force Alpha Sydney to come to them. Slow down the pace of the game, wait for the mistakes from Alpha Sydney as they come forward, pass it over the top, and work it in the back of the net that way. The constant back and forth is only going to benefit Alpha Sydney, in my opinion, as they're a very fast-paced team and they work off of this back and forth energy buzzer.
Dropped back down here. Jake the Tyrant challenge over blue. At the moment, Alpha Sydney with the control. Jake the Tyrant works the wall, looking for a slot and an offensive strike. Torsus just a bit late on that one, will be cleared. Dreamy to pop up, but Smiths is out of position. Still Sub-Zero will recover. Overblue's gone downfield. Well, that might work, I don't know. But Jake the Tyrant coming through. I think they're expecting a lot more pressure here. Alpha Sydney, the slow ball catching them out. But it's Torsus lining up the goal, and Sub-Zero completely out of position there on the defense. 2 on the line, but no one up for the save. Nicely done, Alpha Sydney.
Great touches as well. The first one from Drippy into the corner. Jake the Tyrant to follow up and find the pass to Torsos, and that third rotation coming in needed to find that on target, as he did as well. So well played there. It gives Alpha Sydney the lead once more. Just over a minute and a half counting down now, Buzzer. What's going to happen?
I don't know. I honestly hope Sub-Zero continue the pressure they are. They've been fantastic. I really want to see them, if so, take the lead in this series, because this is a crucial game. This is the game that gets you set up for the match point, but it's been going back and forth for so much, and we know Alpha Sydney, they love scoring, and at the moment being held up, and Sub-Zero just need to get down the other end, catch him out on the rebound. Tough players. Drippy puts it to the corner. Cleared back out. That is Overblue looking to work something. Smiths 50-50 does stalemate back into the middle, but cleared again. Drippy for Alpha Sydney shadowing the ball. Smiths is going to go up. 2 players for Sub-Zero committed at it. Jake the Tyrant, if he can get this worked into a good spot, it'll work well for his team. But it's back out rankies. This is going back and forth, and I don't think we can see another goal in 30 seconds. Alpha Sydney will take this one.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Although Sub-Zero have surprised us in the past, particularly Overblue and Dreamy. If they get a nice pass play working down the field together, that's really their strong suit. They're a very formidable 2v2 pair to go up against. Smiths playing that valuable third player for them. So, so close from Dream A there right at the end.
Jake the Tyrant, he knows time's on his side. He's going to bait this out. Smiths on the behind. Looking for one last ditch play here from Sub-Zero. Can they put it in the dying moments? Jake the Tyrant gets the high ground and clears it out. Alpha Sydney will pick up the third and put themselves onto match point.
This is going to be really important for them moving forward. Only one more game required. Of course, everyone working towards the nice prize pool of $100 US. Certainly be nice. Atletico have already secured second place as I've just taken a look at the bracket.
Yep.
And they have taken out one more. And they're sitting.
Really? So Atletico taking out the former team of Abyss.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so whoever wins this one between Alpha Sydney and Sub-Zero, they'll be up against the grand final, taking on the mighty Atletico.
Well, I'm looking forward to that series because it'll be fantastic. Apparently the lag is still an issue here. Fixing the unfixable. How often have I heard that before?
Who knows? It is OCE, so...
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been treated to an absolute fantastic series of a game of a semi-final. And shout out, I think we've got a host that's been chucked on. So shout out to Rocket League for chucking your viewers over. Thank you very much, guys in NA in Europe. Getting treated to some OCE ESL Rocket League action. It is Go4 Rocket League Cup number 15. We're going to head into this one. Or we're going to wait for the boys. I think we're going to wait for them to join. I'm not sure how long. Oh, they're sorted now, so we're going to get in to the fourth match at the moment. Alpha Sydney with the match point and Sub-Zero. They're going to get two to get this into, or they're going to get one back, and then go into the fifth to see if they can get themselves into the grand final and $100 in the kitty if they can try and get there over Atletico.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is the prize pool just for first place, or do they divide it up?
No, it's first place. Winner takes all.
Okay, so you're in it for all the biscuits when you play ESL weeklies, it seems.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
There we go, Drip A. It's a nice clear out of the corner. Torsus to follow up to try and get it out of the half. Does so successfully with no challenge coming through just yet. Dreamy plays it slow into the corners. Could work out badly for him, but Torsus whiffs on that one. Overblue and Dreamy again. Working with each other nicely here. Pass forward from Dreamy. A little bit too forward on that one as Jake the Tyrant knows on it. Close one there from Overblue, but couldn't find it underneath. Drip A. Godlike save in the end.
That was a good read.
Reactions there.
Fantastic read. As Jake the Tyrant clears off the back net now, follows it up with the second part of play. Can he get the third touch? Just needs to be a redirection off the top. And Horses, he should be able to line that up. Smith's good read coming off the floor there. Still the pressure is on. It does get cleared again. Smith's doing some work for Sub-Zero at the moment. Jake the Tyrant not able to get the connection there. A couple of whiffs putting all the teams off as the ball's sent back out. It's going to be whoever makes the most mistakes in this one. I think both teams are so well drilled when they go forward. The pass plays are really well done, and it's just the defense. If they've got to open up the defense, then they can get the goals scored here, Rankies.
Absolutely. A lot of back and forth in the first minute and a half of this game. Torsos feels backflip, man. Be put high this time by Smiths. Drip A up in the air. Dangerous if he had a touch. Left it for Jake the Tyrant, which is a better play in the end. Jake the Tyrant plays forward, picks up that mid boost, looking for a pass out of the corner here. Finds it past Overplay. Won't find it past Smiths, however, as Torsos comes through just to keep it in the half here. Looking for a pass play. Drip A sitting in the good position. Jake the Tyrant on the far post. Backs up and lets him come through for the shot. And into the top left from Jake the Tyrant. Fabulously played here.
Great read, and he just comes in at speed as well. Puts it in the net, 91. There's the first goal for Alpha Sydney, and they have been strong when they get the first goal. We need to see a reply from Sub-Zero. We need to see it quickly. Otherwise, Alpha Sydney could be in the chance of putting in a couple more goals and solidifying their spot in the final. At the moment, the ball's disputed in the air. Defense for Alpha Sydney. Touched up by Dreamy. Going to be easy clearance there for Jake the Tyrant. Dripping now, redirection on. Let's put all the players off, and all three of them, it's just clustered in the middle there. Going to gain some time for the teammates to get back. Sent back for Smiths now to look to try and work that one. Again, defense strong by Alpha Sydney.
Absolutely, and they're playing forward really well. Drippe almost finding the top right there. Would have been a great pass into a shot. Unfortunately, won't find the angle that he needs. A little bit high and wide right into that top right corner. Dreamy trying to play this one forward past Drippe. Smith's there to support. Takes the shot on. Would have preferred to have seen a short pass back towards Dreamy, but in the end, not the case. However, the shot comes through off the post, and Jake the Tyrant does get it clear. Drippe just trying to help it out of the half here. Good challenges come out. Dreamy, can he get the goal? It's temporary open net, but Jake the Tyrant will rotate in off the slow pace ball.
There was a real chance there for Sub-Zero, and I think there was a rotation off the pocket that could have been the finish goal and that whole passage of play. Looking at an opportunity here. Dreamy's going to wait for this. Smith's looking to cut a fine angle. Jake the Tyrant's going to shadow. Smith knows this, so he lets it go. Overblow. It's a good ball in. Smith's coming on the far side. Cleared by Torses on the inside. And he'll get the second touch on it and put the second goal in for Alpha Sydney. With 1:37 remaining, it's going to be tough to come back from here.
It absolutely is. Just over 1.5 minutes remaining, as you just said. And it's always a difficult position for any team to be put in. Alpha Sydney are on match point as well, so Sub-Zero, they need to respond right now. Being only 60 seconds to score 2 goals is very difficult. Smith's almost finding the one that they needed there. Torsos getting the save out. Jake the Tyrant can't clear this one out of the corner. Overblow puts it perfectly across, a little bit short, but it's definitely the pass that they're after. Here we go, Dreamy, dropping this one down in front of him. Drippe trying to challenge. Dreamy gets a better read and keeps it in the half for now. Jake the Tyrant, smart choice, plays this one slow, gets a nice flick over the top of one. Trying to find it past the second, which is Smith, and gets the touch in the end to put this one in, and that might be the game.
The icing on the cake, as they say it. It's just good 1-2 touch play up, and it's a soft one here from Jake the Tyrant, aka enter your name in here, whatever you want to call me type of thing. I can see a meme coming sooner or later with that one. At the moment, they've been the better side, and look, a valiant effort coming out from Sub-Zero, but it's been challenge after challenge, and Alpha Sydney, they've tightened up their defense, and Sub-Zero haven't been able to get through that. Not saying that they've had a poor showing here, Sub-Zero, but they just haven't been able to get through Alpha Sydney's defense, and that's where it's counted the most.
Absolutely. And, you know, with just over 30 seconds counting down now, it is looking almost impossible for Sub-Zero to be able to bring this one back into their favour. There is always that chance, of course, that a miracle can happen, but...
Big miracle.
I don't know.
Like,
it would need to be a big one.
Miracle. It's done.
With the pressure being kept up from Alpha Sydney, it's making it just damn near impossible. And, you know, 10 seconds counting down. We'll hit the 5-second mark right now. Dreamy doesn't even choose to go for the... I'm not sure if that was a whiff or just, you know, on-field banter, so to speak.
No, not going to happen. No goal, and they're going to keep it up, but that will go down. Alpha Sydney booking themselves into the grand final, guys. Athletico are waiting for them, and that will be our next match. Big shout out to Sub-Zero Esports Club for putting in a valiant effort. What a series we had at the start. They were tight. It was close. They went back and forth. We had a shootout at one stage. We didn't get any overtime, but I really liked what I saw from Sub-Zero, and I think with a couple, you know, fine-tuning things for them in terms of offensive pressure and defense, it will strengthen their side up and potentially become a top 4 chance being in the OCE region and getting in that spot. But at the moment, Alpha Sydney, they take the win and they'll go to the grand final. Absolutely.
Well, with that being said, we'll cut to a short break and prepare for that buzzer. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. All right, we'll see you guys soon. This is Go4 Rocket League Cup number 15. Buys and rankers with your commentary action. Do not go anywhere. It is grand final time next. We'll see you very soon. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL Go4 Rocket League Grand Final. This is Cup number 15. Biza and Rankies joining you. And thank you very much for joining us and sticking around. This is the best game we're going to see right here, right now. We're just waiting for the players in Atletico to come in here, but we've seen a really rampant Alpha Sydney. They finished really well last year in terms of the ESL Cup and the monthly coming out on top. And this year, they're starting really well as well, getting right to the grand final. I think they're hitting the straps at the right time, don't you think, Rankies?
Absolutely. It's definitely looking good for them, so we'll see what happens.
So, mate, we are going into a best-of-7 series in the grand final. Got to go down to the wire, I think. Can you chuck out predictions? First and foremost, Twitch chat, who do you think can win this one? Can Atletico, will they take this? Will we see Alpha Sydney go for it? What's your predictions in terms of score lines here, Rankies? What do you think, mate?
Oh, that's a tough question. We're seeing two very good teams, two top teams, take on each other. Very fitting grand final. Being a best of 7, I don't know. I'd like to see 4-3. I'd like to see a game 7.
Not wrong. I would like to see it as well.
I think it'll be in Atletico's favour as well, but, you know, Alpha Sydney, they're definitely capable of the upsets and the surprises. So, it's going to be interesting.
All right, well, game 1 out of this big grand final series is underway. It is going to be pace on pace, and this is the beauty about these two teams. They have such great battles because they are moving at high velocities, but also the strategies that are needed to work for the pass plays are amazing in itself. I can't wait to see Monty Connor line up a demo and set up a team with a nice counterplay as well as he looks to try and block that one. Jake the Tyrant clearing it along for his team. Bango to pinch to the wall. Goes up high, 50-50 challenge. Bango, that's coming down on goal, and it's not going to be saved. The first goal going to Atletico.
Great start here for Atletico as well. Bango, the pinch off of the Alpha Sydney player there. An unfortunate own goal in the end from Jake the Tyrant. Tried to reach for the save out to the side, but in the end, it just wasn't going to be in time.
We're set back in the middle. Torsus flying out with Bango. Jake looking to work an angle. Again, out for Sydney right now. Don't have the strategy line set up, and a beauty of a pass and a finish redirection goal from Monty Connor. Have a look at how this worked.
This is great stuff as well. Snarf forward. Monty Connor gets a perfect receive on that one. Just finding it past the defensive player there. This is a great start for Atletico as well. Just over a minute in, 2 goals up already. Alpha Sydney, they've got to respond quickly, otherwise Atletico will run away with this particular match.
Torsus is now trying to work the angle. Doesn't prevail for him. The ball. Gender's working long. Snuff to clear. Rotations are set by Atletico. Alpha Sydney just trying to crack that line. Here's a potential chance for Torsus. Again, snuffing in the way. There's a bump there, Monty Connor, so might be out of position. But the ball lingers there in the midfield. And Bango with a double challenge does get redirected back out to the side. Snuff trying to work this now. To the corner, Drippy. Pass back. Interesting. Bango almost looking to cut that one there. Just misses there as Jake the Tyrant goes. Snuff down the line again. Some quick back and forth play between these both of the teams. It's a really equal challenge set. As I do say that, there's another opportunity coming out by Atletico. Snuff's going to reset that, but it should be cleared. Monty Connor, a lurking ball, but now it will be cleared here.
Here we go. Pass forward from Snarf to Bango off the backboard. Torsus gets a touch for the clear. Again, kept in by Snarf. Jake the Tyrant, a little bit out of position there. Caught turning around in the corner. Atletico will just work for corner plays. Drippe trying to find the clear out here. We haven't seen a response just yet from Alpha Sydney. They've been stuck in defense a lot of the game. Monty Connor, a bit wide on that shot. Arrived to the ball just a split second too late. And Snarf will now look for Bango off the backboard. Puts it on just off the top bar, and Snarf won't be able to find this one past Torsus. As Jake the Tyrant now needs to clear off the backboard, but the whiff comes out, and Monty Connor doesn't get the touches after. It won't slow down Atletico, looking to wrap around on that one. The whiff off the wall from Monty Connor, and Torsos now gets it underneath Bango. Nice slow play, but Snarf reads that one better and will come through for a big clear. Drippe has got to clear this one across the net, does it safely over the top of the bar. Monty Connor into the center for Bango, looking for the left post, inside post. Monty Connor does not read that. Bango again trying to go for the far post, but Drippe is there. Was good enough to beat Torsos, but not Drippe in the end. Jake the Torrent gets the clear out, met in the middle by Monty Connor. But Drippe up in the air. Torsos just got to sit back and wait for his time to rotate in on this one, Buzzer.
Tell you what, it's been some awkward play when they go into the forward line. The boys of Atletico Alpha Sydney have been scrambling all over that, and you think you're playing a rookies match with the ball just lingering in the box there, but it just tells you how tense it is right now, and Alpha Sydney really trying to get themselves into a scoring position, but the defense is so quick here by Atletico. The backboard player drops down. Oh no, it's not meant to happen like that, and Snarf will get an own goal.
Wow.
Drippe, oh.
I really don't know what to say about that one. I feel really bad for Drippe. What an angle to get off the backboard. He's going to be kicking himself for that one, wishing that he could have done that in the opposite end of the field. The long clear that came out from Snarf proved too difficult to deal with in time. You really got to defend that backboard. Bango, it's a pass into the center, but Snarf won't be there. Perhaps just trying to cool off from that previous goal. Takes a shot on, but Drippe is there for the save, and that'll be the saviour badge. Drippe again, another save. 4 for himself already. Torsos trying to flick this one over the top of Snarf. Snarf won't be able to rotate around in air. Follow that one up. Monty Connor puts it on, and Bango leaves it in the end. Looked like he might have been going for the cheeky last second touch. But poor old Drippe, again, just could not reach that one in time, landing from the previous attempt. Didn't even double jump, just knew that he wasn't going to get there in time.
I think this game has gone from Alpha Sydney at the moment. Atletico have completely put the hammer on and they're being relentless on the goals. And there's a kickoff goal incoming as Drippe is too far from that one, grabbing the boost wide. And a split-second decision to come back. Yes, he went on the outside instead of inside, so he wasn't able to get that one. Snarf doing well. But talking about this right now, you can just tell Alpha Sydney are just second to the ball, second best in terms of the play. But they're also taking into reference Disc Jam, they're absolutely rattled right now, these boys, and they just need to settle themselves down, maybe slow the play down, control the pace, and don't get dictated by Atletico. I think they have to really think about it in the next minute.
It's going to be another one that jumps in from Bango here on the 22nd mark. 6-0 now. Look, I was expecting Alpha Sydney to take a win in game 1, but not by this much, Bizer.
We expected to be competitive, but like I was saying, it's they've let this one go. They've dropped the ball on it. They know it's too far gone, so they'd rather just see if they can work a strategy out, see if they can tighten up the defense a little bit. But if anything, it's opening right up, and they need to be first to the ball, and they need to clear a lot better than that. And Bango, he puts the 7th in, and it's just lined up for him.
Setting up for the Brazil, perhaps? I tell you what, if you want to laugh, Bizer, I highly suggest taking a look at the Twitch chat right now. The conversation that's going on between Mrs. Snarf and Animal Kingdom Sheep is just, it's golden gnome worthy.
I shouldn't get too involved in reading Twitch chat. Got to call the game as you see it. But I'm sure those two are having a bit of fun. Let them be, as Atletico take the first in this series. It's a long series to go, and if that's going to be the way it pans out for Alpha Sydney, it's not going to be a very nice one. But in saying that, we know they have played a great tournament up to date right now, and they have been really good competitors, and we know they can compete against Atletico. Atletico have had do have the measure on Alpha Sydney. And have won most games, but we know Alpha Sydney can take Atletico on, and we know they can beat them. It's going to take a really good Alpha Sydney to come back from here. 7 goals to 0. I don't think we'll see that again. I think next round we'll tighten up.
You would expect so. And I might be wrong here, but aren't Alpha Sydney #1 on the power rankings?
They've got me caught out. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll have a look at that.
I'm about to have a look too. Someone can tell us in the discussion. I do believe they are. Have we had updated power rankings for the start of the year? No,
it's from last year. From last year.
And they finished on top.
I believe so.
Yeah, they're on top.
Atletico were third. The former Abyss team, now one more, that they finished the year in second. And, of course, Sandcastle in fourth.
Wow. Pretty much third versus third. But you can say it for the top four at all. They're all pretty much the same ranking. The capabilities of both teams. That's what I was telling you. Alpha Sydney, they had a strong finish to the end of the year. And if anything, they're having a really good start to 2017. But not a good start to this series in the first game. Let's see if they can pull us right back. We're going to game number 2, Rankies. The pressure is on.
And a good first goal to come out and start things here for Atletico heading into game 2. Snuff up in the air, puts it off the backboard. Well played. And Bango with a nice rotation there. Send it in the back of the net at 69 kilometers per hour. Not the fastest goal, but with the angle and the position of the defense, it was definitely going in on that one, buzzer.
Back to the kickoff. Torsos gets forward. Montecano the cheat up. Does work forward. Chance for Atletico. Trippy again working at it. Snuff high up on the wall. Jake the Tyrant just to roll that down. Montecano with a rotation. We know Atletico would be back for that. The redirection back in. Torsos forced on that one. And it's an open defense. Drippy now forced up for the challenge. Rotations out for Sydney getting struggled into the back line. Bango looking to come down on the dunk. Jake the Tyrant just cuts the angle fine. Does well. But that is a beauty of a cut from Snuff. And they put in the second.
What a play here.
Wow, he pitched that in.
The most ridiculous goal I've ever seen out of a corner, that angle. What? Bango somehow picking up the assist credit for that one, so he'll be happy with that. Both Bango and Snuff replying with each other there. Here we go, Monty Connor off the backboard, finds the post, not quite on target. Snuff rotates around. Reject the Tyrant, trying to stop things here. Only delays the inevitable as Atletico make another play forward, but a good clear comes out from Torsos in the end. It's a nice read off of Monty Connor. Bango gets the touch high into the corner. Snuff ignores the boost, just goes straight for the ball. It's a smart play there. Torsos can't find it past Bango on the wall here. Reject the Tyrant to get this one cleared out. Won't find it past halfway. Good play forward from Snuff. Bango gets eliminated by
open
Drippe.
and goal.
And a long clear. Monty Connor can't get there in time.
There is the first goal for Alpha Sydney. First goal in the entire series.
6.5 minutes.
It's taken 6.5 minutes to get a goal. Nonetheless, they got a goal, and it's off the quick rebound that they needed to do it in to get themselves back into a Bango. Going to cheat up there and get an opportunity on goal coming through Drippy. This time knows he needs to return back. Doesn't take the outside line. Again, the pressure on Snuff gone wide. Bango with the same. Using the backboard. Oh, what relentless play coming from Atletico. Shot after shot. They just kept going. That's the rotations they did here off the side. Look at the turn from Snuff. What a response coming out from Atletico.
It was so close from Torsos in the end there. Just couldn't quite find it. But I'll tell you what. We've seen amazing teamwork between Snuff and Bango. Monty Connor there to support in the back end.
Oh, Drippe
there. What a save, though, from Snuff. Over the top, Monty Connor caught out of position, but Drippe won't be able to capitalise on it as Snuff came through for that save. Bango puts this one up in the air off the curb. Hey?
Snuff is on fire right now.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. When is Snuff not on fire is the question.
I can't answer that because I think he's always on fire. Nonetheless, this is a fantastic series coming out. Atletico grabbing ball by the horns at the moment. 7-0 first game. Now 3-1 in the second. Halfway down. Bango looking to try and bring this in. Jake the Tyrant to challenge. Brings it across. Monty Connor. Torsos able to clear. Still it's a limbo ball. Drippy's going to be challenged by Snuff. The 50-50 sends the ball out wide. Bango, well, this is time and daylight for him to put this home. Looks for a pass play with Monty Connor. He doesn't read it well. And now for Sydney, they're not sure what to do here at the moment, Rankies. It's too hard to get out of the defense.
Yeah, Atletico keeping the pressure up really well. Monty Connor, it's a good read off the curb there. Tries to get the flick off the left side, but Didn't really know how to play that as Jake the Tyrant could sit still and let Drippe come through. So well defended there by Alpha Sydney overall as a team. A good pass across from Jake the Tyrant. Torsos not there in time. Doesn't want to give up his position in midfield for the potential clear that comes out from Atletico. A good pass forward from Monty Connor to Bango. Finds it off the inside edge of the post, and as a result bounces back into Drippe, and all he can do is own goal. It can't get the car out of the way in time.
Wow, nicely done. Minute and 41 on the clock, 4-1 scoreline. Atletico charging away with this series. Up for Sydney. Need to respond, we're waiting for it. Question is, will it come, or do we see Atletico continue to put this hammer down and be relentless? Dethrone the Kings right now. They're on top of the power rankings, and Atletico will have a good performance today and through the RLO tournaments as well, along with next week's. They could potentially go back up to the top. We don't know yet. That's the power rankings job to do. Coming through, Bango. Bouncing ball, puts the fifth in. And they're carrying this home the second game.
There we go. Some nice play off the backboard in the end. Monty Connor picks up another assist. That's 2 for him so far in this game. Just over a minute remains. And already taking a look at the shot differential before it's even over. It's absolutely amazing. 7 from Bango, 3 from Snarf, 4 from Monty Connor. That's overall so far 14-4.
Monty Connor onto that. Bango. Looking to move the ball. Snuff out the defense here. I'll be off the roof. Good read by him as he continues to work that ball. Towards us now. That's a good pass play. And putting the second in is Drippe.
Really well played by Drippe as well. Patient to stay up. Got the boost steal. The pass comes through from Torsos. The whiff save attempt comes out from Monty Connor, and Bango couldn't get up in the air in time. Powerful shot off the back of that one from Drippe. Gives Alpha Sydney a glimmer of hope in game 2 here.
It's a glimmer, and Drippe. He's got the line here. Oh my word! What a save by Stuff, but read word perfectly by Torsos. Oh my word, man. Have a look at this.
Wow. You gotta feel bad there for Snarf. Got the godlike save, but I mean, even better for Torsos to be in position of the rebound of that one. Put it in the back of the net regardless. 2 goals required to bring this one to overtime.
No.
Bango just instantly denies what I was saying there. That's the 6-1 overall for Atletico, and that'll be Bango's 4th.
Just putting it in a dangerous spot forces the defense to go up. Unfortunately, Drippe not in a good spot to do anything on that one. And that is unfortunate because we saw a glimmer of hope coming for this team in Alpha Sydney, but Atletico, they've been strong and they're going to take the second one out.
Still possible for Alpha Sydney, however, extremely unlikely. And that previous kickoff was Monty Connor's assist badge, the playmaker badge there. It's another goal for Monty Connor. It's going to give Snarf his second assist.
Are you convinced yet?
Oh, I'm convinced. I mean, again, it is still possible for Alpha Sydney to score 4 goals in 16 seconds. I don't think it's going to happen, but it is possible.
Oh, I'll be the one that trolls that and say it's not anymore.
No, not at all.
They do get a goal.
I don't see 3 in 6 seconds.
Nah, yeah.
That's at best 2.
It takes 3 seconds for a kickoff goal. I've never seen a 2-second kickoff goal. So
not unless no one goes for it. But
there has to be a power here.
All Atletico need to do to win this game is challenge kickoffs.
Are they going to do it? What are they listening to us?
They wouldn't have heard it in time for that kickoff.
I don't think so. Wow. Well, Atletico, they managed to find a way to impress us right then and there. We're going to get ready up and get into the third. Alpha Sydney, what do they do, Rankies? What do they do? A tough game as it is. Atletico on song. Look, the form they're playing in right now, that's the deadly form they held when they were on top of the scene for 4.5, 5 months.
Yeah.
They're back to that form coming into 2017. I tell you, it's not going to be easy for Alpha Sydney to get back into this.
No. This is we're heading to game 3 now. Atletico only need 2 more in the series to pull off a clean sweep. I did say that I would like to see the game 7, but it is starting to look less and less possible for Alpha Sydney here. They need a good start to this game.
Oh, an opportunity there for Torsus. Look at that, good starts. Just millimeters off from putting that one in. Montecano now clears off the line. Jake the Tyrant on. Stuff forced. Alpha Sydney just out of line on that third part play there. Testament to Atletico and the way that it can just stop the ball going into the prediction movements that Alpha Sydney are trying to work there. Drippy, that's a good cut shot on, but reading it well, Stuff, and Atletico should be able to send this out.
There you go, good ball forward from Torsos. Monty Connor plays this one on the ceiling towards the sidewall. Torsos, a good touch into the center. Drippe throws that one right into Bango's hands. A back pass into the corner from Jake the Torrent, but Bango keeps up with it. It's a nice little touch into the center. Monty Connor trying to go to get the pass, to get the third man rotation to come through from Snarf. Couldn't get it in the end. Torsos bounced over the top of Snarf, but off target, and Bango there to shepherd it out regardless. Snarf picks up dribble control, trying to fake out Jake the Tyrant, spots Bango, tries to go for a pinch or something of the sorts. Didn't really work out extremely well for them, but they've got the ball in the half still. Drippe trying to get this one cleared out. Monty Connor, a good ball into the midfield. Jake the Tyrant now picks up control. Monty Connor chasing this one down the wall, trying to play it into the corner. Torsus gets a better touch over. Snarf comes through with a shot. Drippe gets the save, but not the clear. Jake the Tyrant comes through. Open net. Torsos, all he needs to do is put it in the back of the net. Not the prettiest goal we've seen, but it's the good start that Alpha Sydney needed.
Quick rebounds is the key for Alpha Sydney. And right then, you could just tell Atletico, they were committing 3 players up because the defense was continuing to hold them out and deny them of any goal. And Atletico, you know how strong they like to start. They will send all 3 players up and get themselves a lead if they have to. And in a sacrifice, have given away the goal against them. Well, we'll see if they can continue to hold this out for Sydney. We know Atletico, they will get the game going once again and look for the equaliser.
Absolutely. And Atletico, probably one of the best teams in the business of coming back from, the first goal down in the game. Monty Connor looking to set up a pass by off the backboard. Jake the Tyrant reading that really well, gets it cleared out. Snarf to return it in. Bounces off the curb of the ceiling up in there. Bango got the touch on. This should be a goal. Monty Connor can't get tyres on it. Drops it off the ceiling, and Torsos gets the clear out. So close to the equaliser there from Atletico. Torsos to touch it away towards Drippe. No touch from Drippe, but Torsos will follow it up regardless. Monty Connor slows things down. Torsos can't find the pass past Bango. Snarf now off the sidewall in the midfield for Drippe to throw forward, but it's given it away to Bango, who gets this one out of the half and goes for the side boost. Looking to keep up the pressure are Atletico, but Alpha Sydney with the clears into the half. It's a good touch from Torsos off the backboard, but Snarf there for the clear before Jake the Tyrant or Drippe can come forward for the shot. Bango, touch to send it up in the air. Monty Connor looking for a corner play, hits it high, bounces down.
Oh, it's coming.
Won't be able to get tyres on time. It was a close attempt though, Buzzer.
Monty Connor's up high, looking for that. Torsus now clears. What an intense minute of play we had from both teams. Standing up to the next year. Alpha Sydney, they definitely want to get themselves into this. They want a goal, another goal buffer as well. 2-goal buffer, if anything, as the time is getting down to pretty much the red time of the match. Bango now fakes one. Drippy to get it past, looks to flip. Monty Connor, an easy possession by him, clears it out. Bango redirection! Monty Connor pops. Enough time for Drippy to clear, and that was a close call there for Alpha Sydney. But they're able to clear now, bringing it off to the midfield. Drippy to the corner. It should be a 50-50 ball. Drippy, I think he calculated a miss there, but it doesn't work out for his teammate. Monty Connor now putting the pressure on Atletico. Chance for goal, and Bango sends it wide here. Still the resets on. Again, there is the drop out there by Drippy, and Stuff will come through. Look to work this off the wall. Coming back down. Monty Connor, saved by Drippy, and again, Alpha Sydney defence denying Atletico of any goals in this third game.
Yeah, this is really well played by Alpha Sydney. They picked up that first goal about a minute and a half in, I believe it was. And they've just been playing extremely tight defense. But more importantly, they've been keeping it out of their half as often as they can. The possession game has been controlled by Alpha Sydney so much in this particular game. Atletico finding it difficult to get back in their rhythm after the past 2 games.
This is a real nail-biter right now. We know Atletico can score at any time in the match. This is dangerous for Alpha Sydney. They cannot let them get a chance. Bango now. Just cleared out there. Still the pressure's on. Rotation's got to be a key here. Torsus, he's got no boost and he's just showed his card. Let's hope Jake the Tyrant doesn't have any either. He holds the ball, gets past one. Monty Connor now disputes it up. This could go anywhere. Bango sends it to the side. That's a high bouncing ball with momentum. It's a shot on it! Oh! Bango puts it in! 9 seconds remaining!
And if Bango hadn't have got that touch onto the ball, he was the closest one to the ball, and both Snuff and Monty Connor were full pressed up. He needed that. Had he have not got it, it would have been an open net, game secure goal for Alpha Sydney. What a play from Bango, just getting to it in time, off the curb, finishes it off with the equalising goal. Can Alpha Sydney hang on and take it to overtime?
Ball's cleared out. This is still an opportunity. Right on the net, Torsus needs to connect. It comes out to the side, the redirection on Bango. It's fighting through. It's going to drop on the ground on the line. That would have been game 3 done, but Atletico not able to get it over the line.
Monty Connor and Snuff couldn't connect with each other at the last second. As you said, touches the ground. Overtime it is. Approaching the 10-second mark in, there it is. And most overtimes in my personal casting experience end within 30 seconds. Could this be the pass play that Atletico were after?
Hey? You just quoted me from earlier today. Most overtimes end with 30 seconds. That's what I said earlier.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I said.
I've said that like 3 months ago.
Oh, I said that when I first started Rocket League a year ago. Are we doing this? Are we really doing this? Nah, all right, well, let's get away from that. 40 seconds already into the overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Rankins and I having some fresh banter on the stream, but this is an epic game right now. Alpha Sydney need this. They need this desperately. If anything, Atletico, just give it to them. Let them come back into the series and make it more enthralling for everyone to watch, because this is fantastic stuff. Drippy now trying to work this. Atletico. Again, the pressure's on. Bango's going to line up the goal. Doesn't get the second touch. Again, the defense is there and challenging Torsus now to clear, but both teams just gathering a second for themselves, grabbing the boost and looking to set up the players. Alpha City now forward. There comes from Snuff, but this overtime, well, it's definitely past 30 seconds, Rankies, and it'll be going very long, I reckon.
Yeah, this could go back and forth. Oh, as we say that, Bango on the minute 30 mark. And that was the first mistake that comes out with Alpha Sydney. Torsos goes for the challenge, didn't read that Bango was going to go the right side of his own car. At the end of the day, we see the result pop up on the screen. Winner Atletico, they put themselves on match point, 3-0 in this best-of-7 series. Alpha Sydney, they need something right now.
You know, I'm just thinking Alpha Sydney, but Atletico have the upper hand in everything right now. And, you know, Alpha Sydney, I was saying from the start, they can't be a goal away from Atletico, because Atletico, it doesn't matter if it gets down to the last 10 seconds. They'll put a goal in. Like, they will work it. Bango has the finesse to get there and do it. He has been the player who's been doing it for the last 6 months for Atletico. He's dangerous in his team when he heads forward. And Alpha Sydney, they just needed to get that defensive clear and couldn't get there at the end. I think that might set the tone for what's going to happen in the fourth. And I think we see a clean series wipe. But Alpha Sydney, prove me wrong right now. I want to see you guys come back and turn this back. The comeback train, possible. It is a possibility for them to do. They need to shut Bango out, along with Monty Connor and Snuff. Let's get into this, Rankies.
Absolutely. We'll get into this next game as it jumps us in. All the players ready and raring to go. And Jake, tagged up, has his name right now. Perhaps feeling the pressure. He knows that he and his team need the reverse sweep right now, Baza.
All right, we're going to head into game. Game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Potential grand final win here if Atletico can finish it off, but Alpha Sydney, well, 4 in a row from them. That is their task, and I'm sure they'll be happy to take it on Already down at 30 seconds coming into this, Jake the Tyrant. He's actually changed his name. Thank you very much, Jake. When did he change that? He changed it then or a couple rounds ago?
In between games.
Okay.
Just during this last game in this game right now.
You beauty. All right, Torsus to send us out of defense. Such a nail biter in the last. I'm just recovering from that, but I reckon we'll get this as well. Drippy shadowing that was Snuff comes out. Turns back around, Torsus throws his car at it. 2 forward of the play, so Drippy needs to stop this ball to give his team momentum to hold on. And rotate for Drippy again with pass. Snuff now controlling. Pops it past Jake. Snuff, don't tell me you do all 3 and get a goal in. At the moment, it's back in the defense for Alpha Sydney. Torsus teams up and clears it long. Coming back down looking for a strike. Torsus too high on that one. And right now, just the gears to set down a little bit. Both teams trying to find their pace.
There's still a lot of back and forth happening right now. Minute and a half into the game. There we go, the open net. First opportunity strike by Bango. That'll be a nice start in this one for Atletico. This could be the beginning of the last game in this series, Buzzer.
I hope it's not. The last game was so good. I want to see another 4 of them.
Yeah. I want to see the game 7 of this best of 7, but Alpha Sydney, they've got their backs up against the wall. 3 games back to back just to take it to the deciding match. That's tough, especially up against Atletico. But if anyone can do it, it is Alpha Sydney.
Oh, it's on right now, and here's a chance for Torsus. Bouncing ball, Bango goes straight up. Uses a little boost in his tank to get it out. Monte Connor and Snuff, great team up in the corner there. They get the ball forward, and that is what is so defiant about Atletico. They can work the ball really quickly out of defense, and Bango not able to capitalize on that corner there. Just bounce back out now. Jake the Tyrant gets the dunk down, brings it to the midfield. Bango just gets a soft touch, and so often the soft touches can be damaging. Snuff to bring it down. Drippy just returning it down the line for Sydney, just slowing the ball down. Now looking to control. Has Jake to move it to the side. Torsus waiting for it. Drippy now. Got to get it past the defense of Snuff, but he has been strong. Clears down the line. Looks for the work back in the middle. Should be a shot on from Bango. He's too low on that one, Rankies. And a shot from Monte Connor to sent wider. Now Alpha Sydney should clear this.
We go Bango with the touch out. Be Torsos to try and keep it in the half. Almost the pass play there between himself and Jake.
Open.
But the open net shot from Snuff from downtown. Just under 2 minutes remain. 2 goals up are Atletico. No response just yet from Alpha Sydney. It's do or die right now.
They are leaving it down to a crucial point of the game. And so far, I think coming off the last overtime series, it was a tough one from them, and it might have broken them. But still in opportunities to go, and they need to make the most of opportunities. Has one forward, Drippy. We're going to work that. Bango has to sit and going to send it cross goal. No one there, so we could afford the risk. As Snuff now tries to work that. Drippy cuts off the line. Midfield game now, 50-50 won by Bango. Resets, looks to try and pick out Torsus. Back and forth, Monty Connor now down the forward line. Bango almost got caught out with the angle. Not able to get that one as Snuff keeps the pressure on Jake now carrying out it. And tell you what, Alpha Sydney, rotation after rotation, I don't think there's much boost left in their tank as they've been hemmed into the back line.
Here we go. Past minutes just been back and forth, but that's not good for Alpha Sydney. Atletico will be more than happy to just keep it going at this rate. Alpha Sydney, they need the plays downfield right now. They found it past too, the back pass from Jake to Torsos, but can't develop any power. The bounce shot off of that one would have been easy enough for Atletico to save. Anyway, the juke out from Bango. Can't find it past Jake, but works out for Monte Connor as he chips it forward. Torsos touches it down into the corner. Bango reads that very well. Jake up in the air, off the ceiling. Torsos trying to keep up with it. Finds Snuff and challenge as well.
Come on, Alpha Sydney.
Find it past Bango.
They got to go. There's 20 seconds remaining.
They need a goal right now. They're not going to get it. Monty kind of gets the easiest save of his life there with the straight ball towards him. And it's difficult. Alpha Sydney, every time they have an opportunity to take a shot, they're having to rush it. And they're quite often just finding it right up against the defender.
Oh.
And with this goal being scored, that is GG's well played. Atletico will go on to win this series in a clean sweep. The broom comes out up against Alpha Sydney.
The whitewash, the broom, the flood, whatever you can think of. They dominated this series. There was, look, there was a close game in the first and the third. Sorry, actually, did I say close game in the first? It wasn't close at all. The third game in this series was amazing, and that's where it was the chance for Alpha Sydney to get back into this. But from there, they got broken in overtime, and we just could see they dropped their game in that last and not able to capitalise. However, valiant effort by Alpha Sydney through the day to get through to this end with, I believe it was 37 teams confirmed in check-in process. I think it was 49 signed up for this first ESL Go4 Rocket League Cup for the year, number 15 in its run. But fantastic stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Atletico, your winners, taking a 4-0 wipe in this grand final. Thank you very, very, very much for joining me and Rankies here. And I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to the next ESL Weekly, whether it's here on my channel or somewhere else. Nonetheless, thank you very much for joining me. And we'll see you next time. Do you have any shout-outs before we finish this up, Rankies?
Not really. You've pretty much covered everything. Obviously, a massive shout-out to B-Bears and Insane Axe for running this whole tournament. They do a fantastic job over at ESL Australia. And, you know, again, massive shout-out to all the teams that signed up. It was 46 teams in total that signed up, 39 of which checked in. And all of those teams got to have a go today, obviously. A lot of them didn't make it out of the first round, which is, you know, better luck next time. This is a weekly tournament, so they can always come back next Sunday. Same time, same place.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you very much, Rankers. You have been a legend, mate, for joining me here today. I'm Bizer. That is Rankers. Your winners today of the ESL Go4 Rocket League Cup number 15 is Atletico 4-0 over Alpha Sydney. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.